It is the love of God. Do you know that it was the love of God that made him to drive man out of Eden? Do you know his love? It was love, oh. Because God loved man. He doesn't want you to go and eat from the tree of life so that he will become like the angels and will not be able to repent. So let me chase him out of the Eden. And that was why he chased man out of Eden. So that he don't go and eat the other one until the work of salvation is completed. And so that we cannot taste the tree of life. We shall eat the tree of life. He said, he that overcometh, I will grant to eat the tree of life. Who will eat of the tree of life? Who will overcome? And then we will die no more. Hallelujah. Beloved, I told you, it is possible. But how much can we say? We keep on learning and keep on training. He said, love one another. He said, honor one another. There are some people who also take respect, but they don't know how to give respect to others. They give it to them, oh, but they don't know how to reciprocate respect. You don't know how to do that. And that causes division. So we have to respect one another. Greet one another. Welcome one another. Show hospitality. Be kind to one another. Have fellowship with one another. He said, look, he said, don't neglect the fellowship of the believer. There are some, now all of them are bad people. Wait till they good for church. See, now all of them are bad people. That they go church and they still do bad things. I beg, let me sit down. No, the Bible did not say so. The church is called Eden. It is the nursery bed of influence. If you raise a disciple here who is a governor of River State, a disciple, not a church member, a Christ-like person who is, and he becomes the governor of River State, you know things will be different. Much more. I'm not saying that Wike is not good though. But for us in Delta, we know that it's a bridge builder, flyovers, all the things he's doing there, we are excited about it too. Very, very excited. You know the other one, me, I don't know the two. But I know him, he's a good man. What am I saying? There was a professor who was an electoral officer. Is it which state? Is it Abia? Abia State. Yeah. And Enugu. You see? He said, I'm a mother. I cannot let my motherhood to the drain. And I carry Christ. I cannot disappoint the Christ I carry. Take your million. I will say what is right. When you raise disciples that are taking over the mountain, various mountain of influence, he becomes the INEC chairman, he becomes the INEC this, he becomes the this one. You see the other yama we are seeing today will not be there. So we have to raise disciples, raise those who will be commissioner, those who will be local government chairman, those who will be everything. Raise them here. Let them become ushers here. Let them become disciples. No, the Church of Nigeria is going definitely to intentional discipleship. No, we have been having a discipleship home cell in my diocese. But I knew something was still wrong. Because I'm not getting the result I wanted. But when we went for that retreat, bishop and bishop wife retreat, and we looked at the intentional discipleship and said, yeah, this is where the answer is. Because it is living for one another. It is not the big congregation where the pastor does not know the names of the people. The whole people were supposed to be, they are supposed to be discipled into small groups where they live for one another. They know what is going on in the life of the other person, and they know what is going on in my own life. And so we can correct one another. When it's falling, you will know, so you can help to raise. That is the kind of life that is what the church, the Eden of God, is ought to look like. Number 2 thing I want to, or number 3 thing I want to emphasize. In Eden, In Eden, you have the word given to us. You have Christ, our role model. You have the pastors, you have the apostles, you have the this and all of them given unto us. But beyond that, you know, if a child is giving birth to women, how does it come? With good stories? With sweet stories? Sweet stories. No, it's sweet story. You used to jolly over there when you're in the... No, when you're in the labor room, it's not easy. So to give birth to a child in the kingdom, it takes prayer. He said, as soon as Israel, Zion, travailed, he gave birth to them. So travailing in prayers and in the study and in the labor of the word gives birth to. No, so when you preach the gospel, it will make meaning. It will transform. But if it is not backed up with fervent prayers, it does not come. But after childbirth, it does not end there. He said, Paul said, Galatians chapter 4 verse 19. Somebody read it for us. He said, my children, in whom again I continue to labor until Christ is formed in them. Somebody read it. Let's see. My little children, I travail in birth again until Christ is formed in you. Until Christ. So, you see, it's not enough to be born again. It's not enough to come to the church. There is the traveling that birth Christ, that make Christ to be formed in the person. And it becomes mature. Until you go to that place of prayer, that place where you pray without ceasing. He said, men ought always to pray. When you see in your soul that your soul is still full of lust, as soon as you see a lady, as soon as you see a man, you know where you look at. And you say, no, something is still wrong with you. There's somebody inside you. Because the Bible tells us, he said, for it is God who is in us, both to and to do. See, you have Christ inside of you that is enable you to look at the opposite sex without lusting. But if you are lusting, which means darkness has come. So you know what? You need to go back to the drawing book. Go down to the place of prayer where the heaven's light will shine on you, where the light will come and burn and consume and evacuate that spirit that is oppressing your soul.